Okay, hello everyone, and welcome back. This is Kid Was here, and I'm going to go through my next episode, episode 2 of our Hampton and Richmond save. Okay, so just to catch you up first, while I've been offline, I've played a few games. Let's just have a look how it's gone. Okay, so as you can see, the last game we played here was the Bishop Stortford game, the 4-0 winner away from home to open the season with very good result. Happy with that. As you can see, the next game that we played against Eastbourne Borough. Now, first of all, worried. Are the tactics right? Are the tactics wrong? 1-0 loss. It was a pretty close game. Not a lot even happened, to be honest. Not a lot of highlights. But I wasn't going to do a big changes with the tactics because I didn't want to panic. It's early days. The guys have still got to get used to the tactics. So we thought, let's just see how it goes. So then we moved on to the next game, home game against East Thurrock. 1-0 win. Sam Gallagher got the goal. Our left centre-back from a corner, swung in, beat the player at the near post to make it a 1-0 win. We kind of dominated this game. Worked out, I think, 16 shots to 2. They didn't have any shots on target. 1-0 win. Stats weren't great, to be honest. A couple of players played well, but apart from that, just everyone bedding into the new tactics that we're looking at. As we move on then, Margate for the, the 4th game of the season. So, away from home, 2-0 win. Happy with that. Everyone actually played really well. Again, in terms of the kind of the shots ratio, it was a 13-5. We had 7 on target, they had 1. Both of our goals that we scored from Matty Collins and Charles Anthony Weston Hales, longest name, I'm going to have to think of something short for him, but they were both kind of counter-attack goals, worked out quite well, nice 2-0 victory. And moving on to our last game of the season that we played here, 2-0 victory at home against Truro. Dean Sinclair with a penalty and Kamara with his second goal. Again, the fullbacks get involved. He's the right back. Again, we're averaging anywhere between 13 to 14 shots a game. In this case, we had 13 again. They had 4 shots back at us, but overall it's a pretty good performance. Pretty decent ratings. Picked up a couple of injuries. Solomon, the left back, and Weston Hales both picked up injuries. So, just to go through the tactics and what I'm working with. So as I've mentioned before, I like to have kind of a 4-3-1-2 or 4-1-3-2. That's my preferred. I'm not a big fan of wingers, as we've previously discussed. But as you can see, the familiarity of it is coming along. It's coming along. They're awkward with a couple of things, but overall, competent in the formation, which is nice because we don't get a lot of training in being a semi-pro team. So it's nice to see that they're getting a grip to everything. In terms of the instructions overall, I'll just go through. I like to play controlling, kind of pack the midfield with this formation. So I like to be more controlling. I don't like to go attack because with my fullbacks on attack, it does leave a lot of space down the flanks. So with that controlling, it kind of leaves a little bit of support if we are counter-attacked. I work on flexible because I don't like them to be too structured. I like to have a little bit of freedom for the guys to find themselves in different positions. When it comes to winning the ball back, I like to have a bit of a high press and prevent goalkeeper distribution. Like I said, this is to win the ball back if we can. Also like playing fairly narrow. Again, like I said, I play to pat the midfielder. 3 in the centre, and then that holding midfielder really does give us the kind of overload in most situations. So if we exploit the middle, we can use that. I played my defensive line as normal. I'd like to play it higher, but my centre backs aren't the quickest. And like I said, with the biggest issue that I've got is being hit on the counter or the long ball over the top. So if I play deeper, it kind of defeats the object of this high press that I like to play. Ideally, like I said, I'd like to go from a normal to a slightly higher line, but my fullback, my centre back, just aren't quick enough. in terms of the middle, like I said, exploit the middle. I don't like to play out defence because my passing for my guys at the back aren't that great. Um, I like to have mixed passing. I would have short, but that kind of like then restricts the opportunity for a quick break. Like I said, the game against the Truro, we had sorry, not Truro, the Margate game. Two of the goals really came on more of a counter attack. So by having that mixed, it gives us the opportunity. I tell my guys to dribble less because we just don't have the quality. In terms of the attack in the final third, I don't give them too many instructions. The keepers at this level aren't great, so I don't want to restrict them from having long shots because that just limits the opportunity for the keeper error at this level. And then finally, I like them to be a little bit more disciplined. As I said before, got a lack of decision makers. So by being more disciplined, it's less likely to have mistakes that come about. So let's have a look. So today we are playing Wildstone. Now, as I said before, the results look really good, but as you go through it, you know, East Thurrock are now 18th in the league, Margate are 22nd, Truro are 21st. So we've been playing the lower end of the teams. If we look at the league, it looks pretty good. It's pretty positive. Now second in the league, 4 games, one loss, only conceded 1 goal. However, I said before, these are the teams that we've, the bottom half of the table is what we've been playing so far. This game against Wildstone is our first kind of big test. You know, the game we lost against Eastbourne, they're in 6th, so be interesting to see what we can do. But like I said, as before, had a couple of injuries. Leon Solomon has picked up a knock. He's coming back, so we throw him in. I haven't really changed an awful lot in terms of personnel. A couple of new guys in, so let's see how this plays out as our next game against Wildstone. So let's have a look. Hampton Richmond are on a high, and that form should be enough to get them a victory. So away from home, and we've been told we get the victory against the guys just behind us in 3rd place. Be interesting. We'll see how it goes. Very similar formations. Very similar. They've got attacking midfield, which hopefully our defensive midfield will cover in the whole. They do pack the midfield in the centre. That might be counterproductive for us, so we might have to look at a change of tactics. So, challenge the team to pick up where they left off. I'm going to give them. Media have been praising you lately, but don't let that put pressure on your performance. Oh, relaxed a few people. That's good. Always like to see a bit of green. So, as the guys come out, okay, I'm not a big fan of this. As you can see here, nicely garish colours. Because when you're given the opportunity to make yourself look stupid, why not take it? Okay, so we'll just with the kickoff. Let's see how this goes. You know, second real test. Let's see how we can do against the teams that are further, at the top end of the table. Okay, so throw in here. Oh, we've lost the ball back straight away. Cabba. Oh, McNaughton. Oh, what's he doing? Giving away a penalty in the first, 4 minutes. Cabba with the ball, and McNaughton just seemed to just lunge in on him there. Okay, Sam Howes, this is all on you. Key player, what can you do? No, Benyon, top bins. Can't really do much about that. Elliot Benyon, 3rd goal of the season. See, that's what we're struggling with. Our top goal scorer's on 2. So from 2 from 5 games as a top isn't really great. But let's have a look at this. Benyon, nice and easy. Yeah, keeper didn't stand a chance. So 1-0 down. Let's see how we can respond to that. It's fairly even in possession, but still only early. Okay, so Woodstone now north with the kick upfield. Gallagher wins the ball. Intercepted Green. It's over. Oh, Cabba's through. What's he going to do, Cabba? Nice. Straight down the throat of Howes. Not started too well. Callum McNaughton seems to be having a nightmare to start with. He needs to get his head back in the game. Okay. We seem to be having slightly more possession, but we're just not creating the chances. I think that's because they pack the centre of the pitch. I don't think that's necessarily playing into our strength, but we'll see. Oh, Matty Collins has picked up a yellow. I do notice I pick up quite a few yellow cards with this tactic. The high press, with the decision making. I'm not sure if they're very adept at, to be honest, making good quality challenges, but we'll see. Okay. Another one for Wildstone. So, Cadmore, Oshodi to Hunt. Oh, Hunt's giving it away. Jolly with the ball. Come on, Jones. What can we do now? Jones to Collier. The overlapping fullback, Kamara, comes forward. Nice patient build up into Collins. There's a bit of space back out on the left if he makes the pass. What's he going to do? Yes. Kay, who's replacing Solomon today. The first time ball in, cleared by Cadmore. Can we recycle possession? No. Benyon now, ball over the top, and this is exactly what I was talking about my centre-backs. Kaba, struck. Not a bad shot, but didn't really challenge the keeper. See, they've had now 2 clear-cut chances, and we're giving away too many opportunities in this. They're a bit nervous, they're not playing well. I'm going to go for assertive. I expect to be a much better performance. Okay, I need a couple of motivations. Midfield isn't playing too well, so I'll calmly tell them that there's a lot more to come from them and I believe in them. Set a little bit of faith, so some greens, but there's some really poor figures here. Okay, into the second half. Let's see if we can at least create a few opportunities. We've not really seen much from the guys. Yeah, it's been a disappointing first half, to be honest. But again, I think it might need a tactic change because it's just not seeming to break them down. Okay, 56 minutes in, still nothing happening. Yellow card for Collier, and that's about it. And Cadmore with a free kick. Cadmore strikes it. Howes, what are you doing? Oh, that's disappointing. That is shocking goalkeeping, to be honest. Expect a little bit better from Howes, especially he's supposed to be a decent keeper. He's our best player as well. Long range, he sees it all the way, but no, he doesn't even. He just falls down. His legs buckle, bit too much pressure, didn't like it at all. Really not creating anything. Okay. 60 minutes gone. I think we're going to need a change. I think actually we're going to need a tactical change as well. Okay. I've got a more attacking formation set up. Might have to just go for it. Sinclair's not been playing well. So let's just do a more attacking formation. I think we'll just have to look to go for it now. Fullbacks onto attack. Really, really go for this now. It's not a target man. Put him in the deep line forward and support. Okay. No, it's still on target man. Come on. Deep line forward. That's better. Okay. Let's see if we go a little bit more attacking. Let's see if we can have a bit more of an effect on this game. Because we've really not created any chances. It's been fairly even, but they've just had more clear-cut chances. For those of you watching, I don't know who else was keeping up to date with it. I'm a bit of a Brentford fan myself, so I was watching the game we just played against Blackburn Rovers. It was to see who stayed up. Really, it was an interesting way to finish the championship with both Blackburn. Oh, look at this! Hold on. Not creating anything. Yeah, it was between Blackburn, Forest, and Birmingham to see who stayed up. Forest beat Ipswich 3-0, great result. Birmingham won 1-0, and then just the game was just lost 3-1 to Blackburn at home. Harley Dean sent off. It wasn't a great match, to be honest. We had nothing to play for. 10th in the league again, and it was just a really disappointing kind of end. But it seems my luck today has just carried on. Look at that. Terrible, terrible 2-0 loss. Away from home, no one even turned up. Assertively, I'm just not happy. Slight motivation. Disappointing. First real kind of challenge. We didn't really stand up to it. Okay, so yeah, Stone strike lucky. I don't know if they did strike it lucky, because we didn't really play well or turn up at all. Not really. Okay, so let's skip through and we go through to the Dartford game. 5th, another big game. And yeah, we'll see. I'll bring you back when we're ready to play them. Okay, guys, so we're back for the part 2 of today's episode. Disappointing loss to Wealdstone. Got Dartford now. Made a few changes. We'll see how it goes. We've had to freshen up the midfield because this condition is really a killer at this level. Really not got the guys able to keep up these constant performances. So with the game coming quite close back to back, we've had to make a few changes. Gaston has come in to replace at centre back because it was just Callum McNaughton just didn't have a good game at all. So brought in Jay Gleeson at the back, Solomon back in at left back. Had to freshen up the midfield with a completely new midfield 3. So we'll see how that plays out. It could be difficult. And up front, yeah, we're just not scoring too many goals at the moment, which is a bit of an issue. I'm not going to lie, but these guys are still learning the tactics, getting used to it. So we'll see how this goes. Okay, this time we're at home. Should be a draw. Back to a 4-4-2. I prefer playing against a 4-4-2 or 4-2-3 ones. Majority of people play this, so we'll see. Okay, trying to relax them a little bit, trying to get them calm. Not really much coming from it. Sticking with the same formation, same tactics. Hampton Richmond. We're at home this time against Dartford. Dartford are in 5th now, so again, this is our second kind of top of the table clash early on. So this will be a good marker to see where we stand, see what we need to do, see if there's any changes we need to make. But I'm always dubious to make grand sweeping tactical changes early on, especially when the guys are getting used to a tactic, because too many changes too often and it just doesn't settle. The team don't get into a rhythm at all. Okay, so Richards now plays inside. Cooley Graham back to Sinclair, just keeping the ball. That's it, passing it around. Okay, Richards to Cully. Cully plays it out wide to Camera. Camera slips the ball into Jolly. Jolly's hit the post. Oh, and Watts clears it up. Okay, and then Ibrahim. See, that's what I like. Fullbacks getting involved, offering the bit of width, crosses it in. Jolly just hit the post. That was a good opportunity, a good start. Much better. This is the classic worry that we've got when you're picking, especially a lower level team, or really any team, to be honest. When you decide, do I use a tactic that I like, or do I, use the players that I've got? Which do you fit the players to a tactic, or fit a tactic to the players? It's always the question that we've got, but it seems to be working fair enough right now for the moment. Okay, Gunnar, Cooley, Graham. Again, this patient build-up. Sinclair, Richards, back to Sinclair. See, that anchor man just works perfectly in this. Jolly's got some space outside left if he uses it. No, plays it inside to Graham. Back to Richards. To Cully. Cully loses out to Bradbrook. Good tackle. Now what? Are we going to be vulnerable on the counter here? Hayes, long ball. Solomon heads back. No. Gallagher just ignored it. Stood still. Dembele's through. Dembele drags his shot wide. Solomon with a terrible back pass, and Gallagher just really not responding to it either. And that's the problem with the way I play. And I always admit to it. I really am susceptible to balls over the top and them exploiting the wings. But I like to get my fullbacks involved in an attacking way. It's just if you're happy enough and you understand that these are the issues or problems that you're going to cause yourself, then you can't be too disappointed when it happens. Very, very quiet first half. 5 shots in target, 5 shots in total. 3 off target, 3 long shots. Okay. So I might have to make a bit of a change. For all our shots, yeah, see, majority of our shots are long shots. So, let's see, work the ball into box. Try and limit those long shots because it's obviously not paying off. Bit of passion. I'm pleased as things are going, keep it up. There you go, extremely delighted. Need a little bit of a morale boost. Everyone's on a bit of a downer, and morale can play a huge difference in this game. You know, rightly so, because if you're on good form and your morale's up, then you play better. But okay, Richards now, lovely ball to Jolly. Jolly crosses it early. Oh, Cully's now hit the post. Oh, both centre forwards have both hit the post now. Is it going to be one of those games? Is it going to be when you have a couple of chances, you hit the woodwork, you just can't put the ball in the back of the net? Horrible feeling. Just going to be that sort of game. Possession, 60%. More than happy with it. You know, dominating that in that sense. Sorry, I just realised I've got the curse hanging right over the middle of the pitch. Never great. Okay, let's see what we're doing. In terms of shots. Yep, see, long range shots more often than not. Okay, 66 minutes gone. Not a lot of highlights in this second half. One early on, but apart from that, really not creating anything. Not anything of note. Might have to... Yeah. Cully's not playing well. Oh, Jolly's... Okay. Jones, offensive forward, advanced forward. Cully, target man, support. Works better in that position. See any other changes? Blanchard. Want to get him on in that advanced playmaker role, but Gunnar is actually playing all right. Okay. Jones, calm. A lot more to come from you. Let's see. Just deep in thought. Just standard. Talk to him deep in thought. Not an awful lot else comes from it. But 20 minutes to go. Had a few more chances in the second half. We've picked it up, but just nothing of any note by the looks of it. Really, nothing of any note. Oh, it's going to be one of those disappointing 0-0s, isn't it? Really not seeing anything. Oh, here we go though. Oh, Winter now throws in. Kamara wins the ball back. Inside to Cooley Graham. Looks up. Side, nice easy pass. Gunnar to Cooley Graham. Cooley Graham lifts over the top. Jones is through. Jones has a strike. Oh, what a terrible effort. Granted, it's a very difficult technique to pull off ball coming over your shoulder to strike it, but just dragged it wide. Disappointing. Okay. Dartford now with the ball. Noble. Don't let this be a sucker punch. Don't let it be a sucker punch. Let's just win the ball back. Come on. Nope. Back out to Noble. They're just holding on to the ball. Just probing away. Sakesas to Brown. Brown inside to Vint. Vint to Dembele. Oh, see again. Hayes outside, loads of room on the wing. Hayes brings it over. Dembele's clear at the back post. Wounding. Didn't deserve that. We did not deserve that. It's that. See, I play narrow, so I can't really complain. But Hayes wins the ball. Beautiful ball in, right into the back post. Dembele comes in, completely unmarked. And everyone stands there looking confused at each other. Okay, what can we do? 5 minutes left. Kamara now. In Sinclair, for early ball in, and Ibrahim easily collects. Okay, Ibrahim, long ball up. Sinclair wins the ball. Come on, that's it. Let's recycle the ball. Sinclair, long first time ball over the top to Jones. Kamara recycles the ball into Cooley Graham. Back to Gunnar to Cully. What can he do? Cooley Graham. That's it. Just patient build up. Richards. Jones. Jones was the absolute terrible pass. Luckily, though, they're just panicking now and clearing it out. Howes now, what can he do? Long ball into Gnor, Cooley Graham. Out to Solomon. He's all outside on his... Down there on the left on his own. What can he do? Oh, Lee Noble. 87th minute. It's getting sent off. Okay. Getting sent off. We have to go for it now. Couple of minutes left. Let's go to more attacking. Approach on attack. Let's push people forward. Go on attacking mentality. They're down to 10 men. A little bit more fluid. A little bit more direct passing. Okay. Last 3 minutes. Watch nothing will happen now. Standard. You make the change. Couple of minutes left. You don't get anything in the last couple of minutes. 89th minute. 90th minute. 2 minutes added on. Nothing else is going to come from that. Yeah. Not a great performance. I had nearly 3 times as many. Oh, it's the end of game highlight. Yeah, end of game highlight. Oh, nearly 3 times as many chances, but 7 of them long shots. I think that's something that we're definitely going to have to address. Definitely going to have to address that. Disappointing back-to-back losses now. And that was disappointing. And I'll tell him that I'm not happy. How can he be demotivated? 2 losses on the bounce. Okay, so let's have a look where that puts us now. Back-to-back losses. Look, we've dropped down to 5th, 2nd to 5th, 2 games in a row that we've lost, and well, we're sitting there mid-table. May need to have a look at making a few changes to the tactics, because while we're creating chances, we're just not able to make them count. I'll have a look, I'll have a play, and yeah, I will get back to you with any changes or see what we do. Very disappointing for a second episode after what was a fantastic, off-screen performances. But again, they're against the lower teams. It seems might have to make some changes, because against the lower league teams, we're doing all right. But when we start playing those guys in the top half, we're just not performing. So it might have to have a few tweaks with the tactics, see what we can do. But yeah, thanks very much for watching. I will play a couple of games offline, and I'll tell you what, I'll come back for the FA Cup second qualifying round. Let's see if we can get a bit of a cup run going. I think we need to get to the 4th round qualifiers, what the board expect. So yeah, I think I'll come back, and our next game will be in the FA Cup second round qualifying. Okay guys, thanks very much for watching, and I've been Kid Wars. I apologise for the terrible performances that we've had today. Let's see what we can do, what changes we can make to see any improvements. Okay, take care everyone, thank you very much, and goodbye.